Hey, welcome back, one and all, to the TFL podcast.
Yes,
Still
we're
here with Rowan and Arch,
Yes.
two yobbos from Australia who just like to talk NFL fantasy football. Yeah, that's us. We welcome one and all. It's great to have you here. We are entering into week 18 of the NFL season. Don't say that often, if ever. First time that we've ever had to say that. Week 18. Here we go. Arch, this is a funny week, and particularly for this pod, we're going to focus in on the Saturday games.
Yes.
The Sunday games will come later, a bit later. But the Saturday games, we've got two. But before we jump into that, let me tell you that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like and subscribe, of course. And yeah, jump on our Discord chat, $2 a month Australian. Oh. Nothing there. Come on, guys, get on board, and we'll just.
I love that chat.
We play Draft Stars here in Australia, and get on it. Welcome.
Just really like that chat, Ron. It's so much fun.
It is great fun. I really appreciate it. That is for sure. How you been, Arch?
Look, on the holidays, as teachers, we don't work much. Society tells us we're overpaid, so we get to spend our money and all our free time that we, obviously get. Life's a dream as a teacher. It's great.
Always can't wait to find out whether I'm going back to work at normal times or not.
Yeah.
In a. That's it. School's always in limbo.
No, it's great.
In COVID land.
College bowl season's sort of wrapped up. Just need the national championship. Got the Maryland shirt. The Pinstripe Bowl champions this year.
Covered
absolutely smoked
bowl.
Virginia Tech. So on the Terps.
Hey, Taulia looks pretty good. He's had a good year.
Yeah, look,
Taulia Tagovailoa.
Yeah, look, he's okay, but he can't beat.
He won't
teams.
make the NFL. I'm saying, but it's fine. Good.
Anyway, enough about college. But it's been good. My family glad most of the bowls are finished because there's a lot of me parked on the chair watching football, then rolling that into cricket. Just smashing the Palms at the moment in the Ashes is just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, Australian cricket is in fine form at the moment, yes. And just watching them smash English players all over the park, it's pretty good. So,
what about you, Ron?
Anyway,
what are you up to much?
Yeah, it's holidays. Look, we're just dealing with the families having a fun time, which has been good. Will's a crazy little kid. We got a second one on the way.
Yes.
If you've been listening, you might know that, and March 1st. That's due. So
that's bloody soon.
Fun times, everyone.
Getting the second kid, as someone who's had a few, hardest one.
A wise father that
going
you are. From
1 to 2. That's the hardest move. So you're about to enter hell, Rowan. So good luck.
Appreciate that. Excellent.
Yes.
That's okay. Let's talk about football.
Yeah.
I'm done talking about that.
All right.
Let's talk about these two.
I'm just
Saturday
delaying on the
games.
hope that Draft Stars releases pricing for the main slate because they're bloody slack as it. They are pathetic with you. I'm sorry, I've held my tongue, but this is ridiculous. Like ever since ever since DraftKings have left the country, Draft Stars have just sitting on their laurels doing bugger all, and we just have to wait till 5 minutes before the slate to get our prices. Sort yourselves out, Draft Stars. Bloody hell.
Feeling loose tonight, aren't you, Arch?
I'm done with them.
You're done.
Simos has a question for us.
Any redrafted dynasty titles for us? You won the Birdie Bowl.
I won the Birdie Bowl.
Well done.
That was very, very pleasing with that one. Dynasty, look, we're tanking with the best of them. So, and
me too. That's right.
Old mate Simos knocked me out of one dynasty semi-final. So, but he didn't come up trumps in that one in the end. But just one for me.
That's it. Now I won one with some of my mates from church, and obviously I went to the DFS final for the Fantasy Football Down Under Invitational, and that was good fun. Unfortunately, missed on really two guys that would have done well for me, and that was Jamar Chase was not in my lineup, and I think that pretty much sunk any chance I had of taking that out. Sadly,
yep. T.
Higgins instead.
As we said pre-slate, like because it was 14 games, so many options. It was just, we talked about having that fear of missing that slate breaking player. And that was too much.
I missed him. I missed him. So anyway, alas, you let that one go. All right, Arch, let's get into these 2 Week 18 Saturday games. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Week 18. Who's playing? Who's not? It's so funny. We got football. Yeah.
It is a funny week, and we've got 2 games here, which really, I don't know why the NFL chose to put these 2 games on the Saturday.
Why just 2? Why 2?
I don't know. Give us a few.
Give us 3.
Be nice. Anyway, I've got Kansas City taking on Denver, and you got Dallas taking on Philly. Let's quickly just talk about playoff implications here, because if we look at the AFC, Kansas City are sitting there as the number 2 seed. They have a shot of taking the number 1 seed by winning out against Denver, but they also need Houston to beat Tennessee, which has happened this year.
Yes.
So there is a shot of that happening. So Kansas City will want to win. They're going to come in here because they've got a chance of getting a bye next week. It's improbable, I'll say.
Yeah.
But they still want to win. So you're going to look here, and we're expecting the KC players to play a majority of the game. If it's a blowout, then they'll probably rest them. But hey, they have to get to a blowout in the first place.
Exactly. If there's a blowout, there's 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. So,
you think so?
They're still worth playing.
Yeah, that's it. Denver obviously are out of the picture entirely, so they have no shot. So interesting to know what will happen here. I almost imagine that we'll get to the running backs in a second, but part of me thinks that they'll just play it safe with Javonte and run Melvin into the ground. The other game,
that'd be the smart thing to do.
You'd think so. And the other thing is Dallas taking on Philly. Dallas can't get out of the 4th seed. They have won the NFC East. There is no way out of that.
Yep.
So they're in the 4th seed. They would, I don't know, do they have a shot at the number 3 seed?
From what I'm seeing, they can't move up or down.
No, that's right. So they're kind of set. Potentially, I think if the Rams lose, then it means Arizona's up, and that means the tiebreakers are going the wrong way for Dallas. So Dallas can't move. Philly could potentially, they're currently in 7th. They could potentially go to 6th. They can't move out of 7th because New Orleans, who are below them, they win the top. They've beaten them this year. So Philly are in the playoffs. They're locked and loaded. So it's a bizarre game to put as the night game because really we aren't looking at anything here that's going to dictate changes to us to this playoff race. So it's really a case of going, okay, in this game, what do we think is going to happen? What's the methodology here in the coaching box to say, all right, we're just going to play our starters for a quarter, give them a bit of game time, and then we'll rest them? Or do we just rest them entirely? Jalen Hurts has been dealing with an ankle injury for a little while as well.
Do they have players to rest? They're all on COVID, aren't they?
Well, that's right. You got Boston Scott, Jordan Howard, and Dallas got it all on the COVID list at the moment. So it's a bit gross, really. So many people for Philly are on the COVID list. On the defensive side as well, like Alex Singleton is a solid linebacker, Rodney McLeod, defensive back, Maddox, defensive back, Marcus Epps, Fletcher Cox. Like these guys are decent names. Jason Kelsey. So these guys are on the COVID list. They can all be, thanks to the new NFL COVID rules, they could all be put back on the list. But you just have to watch that space. If they're all out though, it makes it pretty easy to choose who's going to be playing for Philly in terms of those really cheap plays. So we'll get to them in a sec. Yep. All right, Arch. If you're on YouTube, everyone, then you can see what we're about to share, which is our little Draft Stars screen here. We're going to go through position by position. We're going to make this not too long because there's still questions in the air, but we'll just give you our short takes here on these 2 games. Quarterback, you've got Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, maybe. I say maybe because I have a feeling that they'll rest him and Gardner Minshew will step in instead. And then you got Drew Lock, who's really playing for his career. Like that's the one interesting thing here. He's priced at $9,800 and he's playing for his career. We know he likes to sling. And if they are going to rest Javonte Williams or not play him as much, because what are they playing for? They want Javonte Williams for next year. They would hate Williams to, have an injury and be out for an extended period of time. So look after your young players, you'd say here. But Drew Lock, they're going to put him out there. Teddy Bridgewater's on IR. So there's something here that maybe I just go, well,
no,
just
what the heck? Can't do it. Well, what are Denver going to want to do? They want to keep Mahomes off the park. How do they slow the game down? They're going to be running. They're just going to run.
It's true.
And I think they, as a Sigmund Bloom coined, assuming rational coaching. It's so hard to assume that in the NFL, like they're idiots everywhere. Look, they've been a 50-50 split all season. Why this week would they change that?
Just
were they ever a shot at the playoffs like last week or the week before? They're pretty much equal splitting of look. Yeah, and I potentially think they are good plays this week, because I think that's what they're going to lean on the run. And because they'll lean on it so much, they can't just rely on Gordon. I think they'll have both. But look,
fair enough.
I would like them to be rational here and say what you say, like do what you say here. But
because you have Javonte in your dynasty team.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, DFS wise, let's bring it back. What quarterbacks are you seriously considering playing here, Arch? It's probably Mahomes number one for me, even though his price is so high at 17.6. Then it's really hard for me to choose out of the rest.
And that's where I think, in all honesty, I think Drew Lock is the second option here. As horrible as that is, just because I can't why would Dak Prescott, a year removed from a pretty horrible injury, why not give him a rest? Why not give that a lot of those offensive key players a rest heading into the playoffs? And Jalen Hurts as well. He's a running quarterback. There's risk for injury here. And so, do you take a stab at throwing Minshew in there, even though, chances are they might still suit up and they won't be inactive? It's a really hard one you have to really put your nuts on the line here and say, what you think's going to happen. But to me, who are the players that are guaranteed to play a game? I think it's Mahomes and Locke.
Yeah, I think you're right. Those two guys are, you can see the snaps there for them to play on. If, however, they do say that they're going to rest Jalen Hurts, then Gardner Minshew wants to keep playing the NFL. He would be my next pick. If we know that Hurts is not going to play, then Gardner Minshew comes in as my clear second favorite quarterback. And I think it'll be interesting then, because I think Mahomes will be chalk. If we come into this game, these two games, not knowing what
70%
kind of snap share. Yeah, it's like he'll be everywhere. And so then it could be a nice risky play there to go, I think that the Eagles are going to play Minshew for 3 quarters here. Yep. So I don't mind that. But you're right. Drew Lock will be on the field the whole game. Dak Prescott, I would be astounded if they do, which then brings in Cooper Rush. So there's options there. Really, this is a wait and see. It's Mahomes for the chalk. It's not going to be bad chalk, I think, necessarily. This is against Denver. Patrick Mahomes could go up big, really quickly, to be honest, and just
Dallas
secure it.
Could be just a whole big punt fest, really.
It really could. That's very true. All right, let's move on to running backs. You got Zeke at the top at 13.6. Miles Sanders is out. Ignore him. Boston Scott comes in as the lead Philly back at 11.1. Darrell Williams at 10.5. Don't mind that, because Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out. Tony Pollard still got the questionable tag next to his name. He's 8.8. Javonte Williams 8.8. Melvin Gordon 8.6. And then you've got the rest on 8K. Who is your favorite play here? Just give me a favorite play.
I think it's Darrell Williams for mine. I think with CEH out, that 10.5 salary, it's gone up from last week. But again, who's the guy that's going to be out there getting a lot of touches? And, Gore wasn't an issue last week. They went in a different direction. So I think it's a D Will show this week. So he's my guy. I think they maybe, they should not roll out Zeke for a full game.
Yeah.
Guy needs a rest. Pollard's
if anyone needs a
one.
rest on this, it's him. Who's that?
What's the Q next to Pollard's name on about?
The Q next to Pollard's name is he has been dealing with a foot injury. He was limited in practice this week. Yep. He's still questionable, obviously. So, yeah, Tony Pollard's an interesting one because if he's kind of not playing, well, then who do they spell Zeke with? And you're looking here at
Edo Smith.
Who's not even – he's still on the practice squad, I think.
Is he?
I don't know. He's still there. But anyway, like you're looking at ugly plays then. Jaquan Hardy comes in at 8K. So I think I'll be avoiding Zeke. I think he's also just priced too high for what the game will bring at 36. You want him to hit 27 points there, and I just can't see that happening. But Darrell Williams and Boston Scott, I really like Boston Scott. Last week he was used a lot, 4 for 39 in the air, 47 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns.
COVID pending, of course.
COVID pending, of course. That's it. So with the Philly backs, with Scott and Jordan Howard both on the COVID list, really that just leaves us with old mate Kenneth Gainwell down here, right here at the bottom.
What are they doing like that?
Yeah, that's it. But hey, why not? I mean, if he's the only one there, that's worth playing. Like, what do you got? Jason Huntley?
They got to roll someone out there, Ron.
They do. And Kenneth Gainwell has had experience and they have to play the game. That's right. So, yeah, I'm watching Kenneth Gainwell there.
I think what we're really excited about is the fact that all the pre-game time decisions aren't happening at 4:30 in the morning for us this week. For Saturday anyway.
Just 8 a.m. for us.
Yes.
Sunday morning instead.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. But I think you're right, Arch. If you want to go for if there's going to be a running game that's going to be consistent, you'd think it would be the Denver running game.
Yeah.
And hitting the right one out of Williams or Gordon could be the difference.
Yeah. And I think it's what we'll do after we've gone through the position. Let's maybe try put a lineup together. I could easily see Darrell Williams and Melvin Gordon pairing at running back.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Wide receiver, a bit more to talk about. I mean, you got Tyreek Hill at 16.9 right at the top. Then you got CeeDee Lamb, Murray Cooper. Are you with me in that you'll be fading those guys, Arch, because of the nature of the game?
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll fade that. Sorry, we spoke about the running backs. Corey Clement, of course, will be the backup if Pollard's out. Yeah, Clement revenge game. Who's a former Eagle? Thanks, Campy.
What team hasn't he been on, though? Let's be honest here.
That's right. I mean, hey, look, he was at the Super Bowl with us.
Yeah.
Anyway, Devonta Smith's here at 11.6. Again, look, here's the reality. The reality is you want to play the KC receivers, and then you have to fill in something.
Yes.
The chalk is Tyreek Hill and Byron Pringle.
Yes.
Then it's where do I go from there? Do I play Cedric Wilson because he's that he's the number 3, so he'll probably get a bit more playing time. So you think that Wilson probably plays in the game a little bit more. Yep. Do you go to someone like a Greg Ward because you think that Philly's receivers are going to be stepping off the field? And Greg Ward, I mean, he's actually done something in the last 2 out of 3 weeks, but caught a touchdown 3 weeks ago, both against Washington, interestingly. But I don't know, like he's a guy that's not going to be on the field. And so there's going to be these 6K guys that are standing out there and getting something. Quez Watkins is probably one of my favorite plays as those cheap wide receivers for that reason. He's the third stringer. Well, arguably second stringer, I suppose, but he's the newer guy. And I think Quez Watkins could be, they just might keep playing him.
What do you think about
he's a young guy.
A Tim Patrick if he's activated from the COVID list?
Yeah, look, Tim Patrick is definitely someone to think about. He's sitting there at 7.4. I think he's a reasonable bring back option if you want to bring back through the air. But the question still remains: what is Drew Lock going to do with this team? Are they going to let him throw or not? And so
such an interesting slate because there's going to be salary left on the table if you are feeling like the high price guys aren't playing a full game, which means I don't see how I could not roll out. I can't see how I wouldn't roll out bloody Tyreek Hill in every lineup really, if I can afford him.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we got a nice little little bot comment on us. Vawa Tech. There we go.
Unless that means something else, then someone let us know.
Unless it was a Virginia Tech, which Maryland beat in the Pinstripe Bowl.
Get on the Maryland.
Anyway, right. Thanks, whatever your name is.
Thanks, Maryland.
Love it.
Right, let's talk tight ends. Travis Kelce.
Should cut that from the pod, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah, that's right. Travis Kelce at the top.
Yes.
15.6. Okay. That's okay. Like, you know, you're going to pay that for Travis Kelce on this slate. Dalton Schultz comes in at 10.4, which, I mean, it's okay. It's all right. It's fine.
What are they going to – I mean, someone has to roll out on the field, don't they?
Yeah, someone does.
Why not throw out the tight end?
Yeah. I mean, just make him the wide receiver 1, right, for the team on that week. I mean, he's been pretty solid, though, the last 3 weeks.
Could be a little two tight end type formation.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like, on these 2-game slates, 2 tight ends can win you things. Dallas Goedert is on the COVID list. So if he's out, let's scroll all the way down here to Tyree Jackson.
Yes.
Now, he's at nothing this year.
No.
But
the
other guy.
High praise pre-season, mate. Don't you forget.
No, he did. And that's kind of the point here.
Why not? Give him a rollout. See what he does. Look,
it's $5,000. You're losing nothing.
Yeah.
Aren't you? In that. So I don't mind Tyree Jackson. I'll probably play him in a number of couple of little lineups here. Jack Stoll is the other tight end in Philly, but really he's just there to block more than anything else. So don't depend on him. Noah Fant, though, is an interesting one. Had a big game last week against the Chargers, 6 for 92 and a touchdown. I really like Noah Fant, what he brings to the table. He's seems to be more reliable than the other receivers, at least for what you're paying and for the role that they play. So he's always got a shot in the end zone. So I like Noah Fant there. He's so cheap, even after a big week last week. If, though, you feel, hey, let's play the seconds, even though Denver is just doing nothing, Alberto, can show something as well. So they're there. But let's face it, you're playing Travis Kelce and maybe Tyree Jackson if Dallas Goedert's not in. That's really it.
That's it. Defense.
I don't care. Defense, you're going to play what? Cowboys or Philly even?
I'll probably just roll out Philly for the cheapness. Could be anything, couldn't it?
It could be. All right, let's start with that. Let's build a little lineup here. Jump on YouTube if you're not, and we'll put this out. Philly, we'll put them in DST. Does this mean we're going to roll with a Patrick Mahomes, Kelce, Hill?
Yep. Let's throw in the big guys.
Yeah, let's do that. And we still have $9,000 remaining for each of these guys. So if we go to running back here, and we say what we're going to do, which is the onslaught, with Williams and Gordon.
I like Gordon.
Yeah, I don't mind Gordon here. They'll probably let him beat up enough. You still got $8,600 for 2 wide receivers and a flex. Now, we can't play Pringle because we've already got the 4 KC players here. Where do you want to head?
I don't mind a little Cedric.
Cedric's going to play, isn't he? He's not going to be the starter that gets pulled.
Yeah.
He's going to be then the key wide receiver when the seconds hit the ground, if they're going to play it that way. So Cedric Wilson there. Let's find another cheap receiver.
You like your Greg? Do you want to do your Quez Watkins?
Yeah, look, let's put Quez in.
Old Quezzo.
Quez is always in for a shot with a big play as well. So that way you got a bit of correlation there, I suppose. Wilson, Quez, Watkins.
What do you think of a Denver piece in our flex?
The Denver piece that we would go, the most expensive Denver piece that we could put in would be Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
Do we like that? Or would you prefer to jump up to Boston Scott if he plays?
Yeah, I think if he plays. Or do you think they give their rookie more of a look in because it's the last game and they want to see what they've got before the off season?
Yeah, possibly. It's interesting.
Or to me, anyway, I think it just becomes a hot mess with them that they'll just be a committee. Well, how many touches did Boston Scott get last week?
Draft Stars doesn't give us so many carries, but he got 4 receptions.
Yeah.
47 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. So he had that.
You can't just chase those points, can we?
Nah, that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, what I was otherwise, it's who's active for Denver? I don't mind. I think we're very chalky. I think with our Denver guys. I agree. KC guys.
Yeah.
Do you roll it? Do you have enough faith in Tim Patrick here?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Is this a place where we can leave salary on the table? Because I've still got $5.5K.
Yeah, and then
on the table there.
You could potentially look at your defense again if you wanted to.
That's true.
Could go the KC option. Denver, look, is Denver a bad defense? I don't think they are. They're quite a good defense as well. So
yeah. On a 2-game slate, the defense is almost irrelevant. You don't really need to correlate it too much.
If Gardner Minshew rolls out, do you?
Play Dallas?
What Dallas defense are we getting? Are they going to sit some of their guys there?
Is Trayvon Diggs going to be out there to get the interceptions or not?
What was I reading? There was a tweet about Trayvon Diggs about he's got the most pick sixes, but also he's given up the most touchdowns as well in the league. He's the defense equivalent of Jameis Winston.
He's such a boom bust player. Seriously, one play, 100%. He'll give up a 40-yard touchdown. The next play, he'll take it back to the house. You just can't tell with that kid. But really, when it comes to playing a fantasy defense, you like that on your defense because that's what you care about. You care about the picks. So Dallas Cowboys there is not bad. I think.
So I guess our big question mark is the Denver bring back. Which one you sort of feel confident with?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, there you go, guys. There's a bit of a lineup. Let me read it out for you. What was that? So
you're going to throw it in?
No. I have to think about this a little bit more. I'll question it. But Mahomes, quarterback, you got Williams and Gordon there at running back. Hill, Cedric Wilson, Quez Watkins at wide receiver. Travis Kelce, of course, in tight end. Tim Patrick is our little flex player there.
What it's showing me
defense.
Is because it's so easy to get these KC guys.
So chalky.
It's so chalky. But then is everyone understanding that Dallas Philly game doesn't matter? Because there's potential that people think, oh, Dak against Philly. Oh, yeah, there'll be points there.
Yeah, I don't know.
To me, I think it's worth riding the chalk and trying to get different on those little pieces. I think.
Yeah, I feel that. No, happy to go.
I think with, say for the $2 mini with a 10 entry max, I probably will throw out 8 Mahomes stacks and 2 maybe Drew Lock ones, see where or maybe 1 Drew Lock and 1 Gardner Minshew and really just live life to the full.
That's right. That's it. Embrace all the variations.
What do you think about that, Myrene Petey? Yeah. Voa Tech.
The joys of YouTube comments.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, there we go.
Yes.
That is our 2-game slate for Saturday.
All right.
Well, our Sunday, Australia.
Thank you.
Doing what it is. Tune in for our next episode.
Next one coming up
real soon, which is our little take on the key stacks that you might want to play in the Week 18 main slate. So stay tuned.